In this sixth chapter, we will talk about fake friends. Do you have real friends? If you have to stop and think about it, you maybe don't. Here is the reality: most people don't have any real friends. They think they do, but it's not real friendship. Just because they're standing by your side doesn't mean they are actually on it. We will talk about the dark side of modern friendships, how fake friends can harm you, and how to keep safe. Without further delay, let's start today's video. Chapter 1. The Mirage of Modern Friendships. In today's fast-paced world, the concept of friendship has become increasingly blurred. What many people perceive as deep, meaningful relationships often turn out to be mere acquaintanceships built on convenience. The ease of staying connected through technology creates the illusion of closeness, but this connection is often superficial. A genuine friendship is built on more than just shared interests or regular interactions. It requires a deep understanding and mutual respect that goes beyond surface-level exchanges. Psychologically, this aligns with the concept of emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and those of others. True friends connect on an emotional level, offering support and empathy without the expectation of anything in return. However, many modern friendships are transactional, based on what each person can gain from the relationship. This phenomenon, known as social exchange theory, suggests that people engage in relationships where the perceived benefits outweigh the costs. When these benefits fade, so too does the friendship. The key to recognizing true friendship lies in understanding whether the relationship is based on genuine emotional connection or merely on the convenience of mutual benefits. True friends stand by you regardless of circumstances, while others may disappear when their needs are no longer met. Psychologically, the reciprocity bias, the tendency to respond to others' actions with similar actions. This is in action, the both ways. You can and should expect the same level of empathy from your friend and vice versa, or else you should reevaluate the friendship. Also understand, reciprocity can be faked. This can create a false sense of loyalty. You might mistake the habitual exchange of favors for genuine care. Like if you've made friends on social media or playing video games, you shouldn't share anything other than the game or memes itself, or else they will use it later against you, maybe to manipulate or even blackmail. When these superficial exchanges stop, the reality of the relationship often reveals itself. True friendship is rooted in mutual respect and shared values, not in the convenience of the moment. Chapter 2. The Fragility of Convenience-Based Friendships. Many friendships today are rooted in convenience rather than deep emotional bonds. These relationships often arise from shared activities, mutual interests, or simply being in the same environment. While they can be enjoyable, their fragility becomes evident when the circumstances that brought you together change. Don't get me wrong, they are your friends too. Just be conscious about what you share with them. The proximity principle, a psychological concept that explains why people are more likely to form relationships with those physically or socially close to them, plays a significant role in these connections. For example, friendships formed at work or in a social group might seem strong, but they often dissolve when the shared environment or activity ceases. The foundation of these relationships is not emotional depth, but the convenience of shared space or interests. Consider the scenario where a friendship revolves around shared hobbies like playing sports or attending events. If one person loses interest or moves away, the friendship often fades. This reveals that the bond was never truly about the individuals, but rather about the activities they shared. True friendships, in contrast, endure beyond shared activities. They are built on a foundation of trust, understanding, and mutual respect, allowing them to survive even when the circumstances that initially brought the individuals together change. If your friendships feel fragile when these factors shift, it's a sign they may not be as deep as you once believed. Chapter 3. The Importance of Mutual Growth in Friendship. Genuine friendships are not static. They evolve as the individuals within them grow and change. A crucial aspect of a true friendship is the mutual encouragement of personal development. When friends genuinely care for each other, they support each other's growth, helping to navigate challenges and celebrate successes. This concept is closely related to self-determination theory, which emphasizes the importance of autonomy, competence, and relatedness in fostering motivation and psychological growth. In a healthy friendship, both parties encourage each other to pursue their goals and aspirations, creating an environment where both can thrive. Contrast this with relationships that lack this supportive dynamic. In some friendships, one person may grow while the other remains stagnant, leading to a rift. If a friend discourages your growth or feels threatened by your success, it's a sign that the friendship may be more about competition than mutual support. Such dynamics can lead to resentment and a breakdown of the relationship over time. True friends are invested in each other's personal development. They celebrate each other's achievements without envy and provide constructive feedback without malice. This mutual growth strengthens the bond, creating a lasting and resilient friendship that can withstand the test of time. Remember, relationships are also a kind of friendship. So if anyone, friends, family, or partner, doesn't support your dream, undermine you, or jealous of you, you should reevaluate the relationship. Chapter 4. The reality of unequal exchanges in friendship. Friendships, like all relationships, involve an exchange of value, whether emotional, intellectual, or practical. However, the balance of this exchange often determines the health and longevity of the relationship. When the exchange is consistently one-sided, where one friend gives significantly more than they receive, it can lead to feelings of resentment, imbalance, and ultimately, the deterioration of the friendship. This dynamic can be explained by the psychological concept of equity theory, which suggests that individuals feel most comfortable in relationships where there is a perceived balance in the give and take. When one person feels they are investing more, whether through time, emotional support, or resources, than they are receiving, dissatisfaction grows. Over time, this can lead to burnout for the giver and guilt or dependence for the receiver. For example, consider a friendship where one person is always providing emotional support while the other rarely reciprocates. This lack of balance can strain the relationship, as the supportive friend may feel undervalued or taken for granted. Conversely, the receiving friend may become overly reliant and fail to develop their own coping mechanisms, leading to a dependency that can stifle both individuals' growth. To maintain a healthy friendship, it's crucial to strive for balance in the exchange of value. This doesn't mean that every interaction needs to be perfectly equal, but over time, there should be a sense of mutual benefit. Recognizing and addressing imbalances early can prevent resentment and ensure that both friends feel valued and supported. Chapter 5. The subtle danger of hidden motives. Some friendships may seem genuine on the surface, but they can be tainted by hidden motives. These relationships are particularly dangerous because they often involve a betrayal of trust, which can be deeply damaging both emotionally and psychologically. When someone disguises their true intentions under the guise of friendship, it creates a false sense of security that can be difficult to detect until it's too late. This situation is closely related to the psychological concept of impression management, the process by which individuals attempt to control the perceptions others have of them. In a deceptive friendship, one person may present themselves as supportive and caring, all while harboring ulterior motives. This might involve gaining access to your social network, extracting personal information for their own advantage, or positioning themselves to benefit from your success. For example, a friend who consistently flatters you, always agrees with you, and offers help in strategic moments might seem like a true ally. However, if their support is contingent on what they can gain, or if they suddenly become unavailable when you need them most, these are red flags of manipulation. The damage caused by such relationships is significant because they exploit vulnerability and trust, leading to emotional pain and a loss of confidence in future relationships. To protect yourself, it's essential to be mindful of the actions, not just the words. True friends show consistency over time, offering support without strings attached. Being aware of the signs of manipulation and maintaining a healthy skepticism can help you avoid the subtle dangers of hidden motives and foster relationships based on genuine trust and mutual respect. Chapter 6. Protecting your emotional well-being. Recognizing the signs of superficial or harmful friendships is only the first step. The next, and perhaps most important, step is safeguarding your emotional well-being by setting boundaries and being selective about the people you allow into your life. This process is not about isolating yourself, but about ensuring that your inner circle is made up of individuals who genuinely care for you and contribute positively to your life. The concept of emotional boundaries is crucial here. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your emotional health by defining what you will and will not tolerate in your relationships. Without clear boundaries, you may find yourself overextending, giving too much to others, and neglecting your own needs. This can lead to emotional exhaustion and feelings of being used or unappreciated. Establishing boundaries means being honest with yourself and others about your limits. It involves saying no when necessary and not feeling guilty about it. For example, if a friend repeatedly asks for favors without reciprocating, it's important to communicate your feelings and set a clear limit on what you're willing to give. Healthy friendships respect these boundaries and thrive on mutual understanding and respect. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." In addition to setting boundaries, it's important to cultivate relationships that align with your values and bring out the best in you. Seek out friends who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and offer genuine support. These relationships are the ones that will endure, providing you with strength and stability in the face of life's challenges. Ultimately, protecting your emotional well-being involves making conscious choices about who you let into your life. By prioritizing genuine, supportive relationships and setting clear boundaries, you can create a social environment that nurtures your emotional health and fosters true, lasting friendships. 7. And bonus 1. The reality of unconditional love. There's no such thing as unconditional love, not even in families. A parent cares for their child because of a biological bond, not purely out of selflessness. While family members can be true friends due to this inherent bond, there's no need to force new relationships if you don't feel like it. Focus on strengthening the bonds you already have. This understanding aligns with the concept of reciprocal altruism, a principle in evolutionary psychology that explains how relationships, including friendships, are often maintained through mutual benefit. People are more likely to invest in relationships that offer something in return, whether it's emotional security, social support, or practical help. The balance of give and take in these relationships is crucial. If one person feels that their needs are consistently unmet, the relationship can become strained. In any relationship, whether it's emotional, financial, or physical, there's always a give and take. People use each other, and that's the reality. What matters is recognizing this dynamic and keeping it balanced. It's about understanding that while love and friendship are conditional, they can still be meaningful if the conditions are fair and mutually beneficial. There's always a limit to the conditionality, how much someone can use you and how much you can use them. That's why we've different names for different relationships. And acknowledging this can help maintain healthier, more realistic relationships.